You wake up, the house is quiet. Your feet touch the cool floor as you shuffle toward the kitchen. The light's just beginning to peek through the blinds. You open the cabinet, reach for that same old mug you've used for years. Maybe you pour in a splash of milk, maybe a bit of coffee. It's your routine, comforting, familiar. You take a sip and sigh. Another day, another heavy feeling in your belly that just won't go away. But what if I told you that very morning ritual you've come to trust, that drink, that breakfast, those small choices might actually be slowing down your digestion, causing hidden inflammation, and making it harder for your body to shed even a pound? I know, it doesn't seem fair. You're eating healthy, staying active, doing what you've always done, and yet your body feels heavier, your stomach more stubborn, your energy more drained. It's not your fault, but there's something deeper happening inside. In this video, I want to gently walk you through what's really going on, why your metabolism feels like it's stuck, why that bloating just won't go away, and most importantly, what simple, natural steps you can take starting today to feel lighter, stronger, and more in control again. No scare tactics, no gimmicks, just real talk from one caring heart to another. Let's begin. 1. Morning, and that heavy feeling in your belly. You know that feeling, don't you? You wake up, stretch a little, head into the kitchen. The house is quiet. You reach into the fridge, pour yourself a glass of milk, just like you've done for years. You sit by the window, take that first sip, and by mid-morning, your belly feels heavy. Not painful, just uncomfortable. A quiet pressure, a gentle bloat, like your stomach forgot how to wake up. You didn't eat too much. You didn't do anything wrong. So why does your body feel like it's dragging you down? Here's the part most people don't realize. As we age, especially after 55, our digestive system slows down, not just because of time, but because our stomach produces less acid. Yes, less acid, not more. That might sound surprising, especially if you've ever been told acid reflux is from too much acid. But in many older adults, the real issue is low stomach acid, making it harder to break down food, especially proteins and dairy. So that glass of milk you've trusted for decades, it might now be sitting in your gut like a brick, instead of being digested smoothly. A 2019 study published in the Journal of Clinical Gastroenterology found that over 30% of adults over 60 shows signs of hypochlorhydria, low stomach acid. This leads to bloating, sluggish digestion, and even nutrient deficiencies over time. No wonder breakfast doesn't feel quite right anymore. So what can you do today? Start your morning with a glass of warm water, not milk. It gently signals your digestive system to wake up, boosts circulation, and helps prep your stomach for food without overwhelming it. You don't have to give up your favorite foods. Just shift the timing or save milk for later in the day when your body's more awake and ready. Because here's the truth. Sometimes it's not what we eat. It's when and how we support our body to receive it. But even if you've swapped out milk for warm water, there's another healthy morning habit that might be quietly sabotaging your belly. It's golden, natural, and praised by wellness blogs, but it comes with a hidden cost. Let's talk about that in the next part. 2. The golden vinegar. We forgot you probably have a bottle of it sitting in the back of your pantry right now. Dusty. Forgotten. Maybe you bought it for a salad dressing or a recipe you never got around to trying. It's apple cider vinegar. Once a staple in every grandmother's kitchen, now mostly overlooked. But for many older adults, This humble golden liquid could be exactly what your belly's been asking for. Let's go back to a common moment. You finish a light breakfast, nothing heavy. But by 10 a.m., you feel that same familiar tightness in your waistband. Your stomach feels inflated, almost like a balloon. You haven't even had lunch yet. What's going on? The deeper reason often comes down to how your body processes sugar. After 55, the body becomes more sensitive to blood sugar swings. And when your blood sugar spikes too quickly after a meal, it triggers insulin, fat storage, and, yes, bloating. That's where apple cider vinegar, ACV, steps in. ACV contains acetic acid, which slows the rate at which sugar enters your bloodstream. It also helps activate digestive enzymes, making your gut work smarter, not harder. Plus, it's naturally antimicrobial, fighting off bad bacteria that cause gas and sluggish digestion. In fact, a study from Arizona State University found that taking apple cider vinegar before a meal helped improve insulin sensitivity in people over 50, leading to fewer crashes, better digestion, and even modest fat loss over time. So what's the action you can take? Each morning, add 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar into your glass of warm water. Make sure it's the kind with the mother. That cloudy stuff at the bottom is full of beneficial bacteria. Stir gently and sip slowly on an empty stomach. Tip: if the taste is too sharp, add a splash of lemon or a tiny drop of raw honey, just enough to smooth it out without spiking your sugar. You're not just drinking vinegar, you're giving your body a nudge toward balance, better digestion, and a calmer belly. But wait, apple cider vinegar works best when paired with the right ingredients. And there's one bright, sour fruit that not only makes the drink taste better, but also supercharges its effect on inflammation and metabolism. Let's discover that next. 3. The tiny lemon with mighty powers. You ever notice how just the smell of a lemon can wake you up? Maybe you sliced one to add to your tea or squeezed it over a piece of fish. Suddenly, your mouth watered. You felt more alert, more alive, even before the first bite. That's not just a flavor. That's your entire digestive system responding, getting ready to do its job. For those of us over 55, that little lemon may be doing more good than we ever realized. As we age, our bodies become less efficient at producing digestive enzymes, the essential helpers that break down our food and absorb nutrients. Without them, even the healthiest meals can leave us feeling bloated, sluggish, or just plain uncomfortable. Lemon juice, especially when taken first thing in the morning, acts like a gentle alarm clock for your gut. Its natural acidity stimulates enzyme production, wakes up the liver, and helps move things along. All before your first bite of breakfast. A 2020 study in phytotherapy research noted that lemon compounds, including vitamin C and citrus flavonoids, help reduce inflammation in the gut and improve overall digestion, especially in older adults with chronic bloating. And it's not just what lemons do chemically, it's how they feel. Many people report that starting their day with warm lemon water leaves them feeling lighter, clearer, more balanced. So what can you do today? Squeeze 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice into your warm morning drink. If you want an extra boost, add a little zest from the peel. It's rich in essential oils that support detox and liver health. Organic lemons are best, but any fresh lemon will do. This small shift can gently alkalize your system, reduce bloating, and give your body a clean slate to start the day. But here's the thing. even with lemon, vinegar, and warm water working together. Some people still feel heavy after meals. Why? Because there's one common culprit behind that stubborn, gassy, uncomfortable feeling. It's been used for centuries, not just as a spice, but as a healer. And in our next chapter, you'll meet this warming root that your belly might secretly be craving. Let's talk about ginger. 4. Ginger, the gentle fire within you've just finished dinner. Nothing too heavy, maybe some grilled chicken and vegetables, but an hour later, you're sitting in your recliner, feeling off. A gentle pressure in your stomach, maybe some tightness in your chest. You try to shift positions. You take a few sips of water. Still, it lingers. That bloated, unsettled feeling that just won't go away. Sound familiar? It happens more often as we age. Our digestive muscles slow down. Our gut lining becomes more sensitive, and even small amounts of gas or inflammation feel bigger than they used to. That's where ginger steps in. Not just the powdered kind in cookies or holiday drinks, but fresh ginger root, sliced thin or grated gently into warm water. Ginger is rich in compounds called gingerols, which have been shown to calm inflammation, improve digestion, and reduce nausea. Think of ginger as a natural muscle relaxer for your gut. It gently soothes spasms, reduces trapped gas, and warms the digestive tract from the inside out. A study in the World Journal of Gastroenterology found that ginger significantly increased the rate of gastric emptying, meaning food leaves the stomach faster and more comfortably. For seniors especially, this means less bloating, less acid backup, and better appetite control throughout the day. And it's not just science, it's how it feels. Many people describe it as a soft internal heat, like lighting a small candle in your belly that burns away discomfort. So what can you try? Peel and slice 3 to 5 thin pieces of fresh ginger and add them to your warm morning drink. Let them steep for a few minutes before sipping. Or, if grating is easier for your hands, use a small spoon to scrape the skin, and finally grate. Teaspoon. Avoid powdered ginger if you can. It's not as potent or soothing. This small ritual not only helps with digestion, but also supports circulation, relieves mild aches, and even improves cold hands and feet in the morning. But we're not done yet, because even with warm water, lemon, vinegar, and ginger, there's still one powerful ingredient missing. It's warm, comforting, and sweet, without being sugary. And when it comes to controlling cravings and shrinking belly fat, it just might be the missing piece. Let's talk about cinnamon. 5. Cinnamon, sweet, grounding, and powerful. It's mid-afternoon. You've had lunch, maybe a light snack. But now, like clockwork, comes that familiar craving. A little something sweet. Just a bite. You walk past the pantry, glance at the cookies. Just one, you tell yourself. But deep down, you're wondering, why do I still crave sugar, even when I'm not really hungry? That craving isn't a lack of willpower. It's your blood sugar speaking. After 55, the body becomes less efficient at managing glucose. Meals that once gave you steady energy now cause spikes and crashes, leaving you tired, irritable, and constantly reaching for another pick-me-up. But nature, as always, has an answer, and it's called cinnamon. Cinnamon isn't just a holiday spice. It's packed with cinnamaldehyde, a compound that helps improve insulin sensitivity, allowing your body to move sugar out of the bloodstream more efficiently. In simple terms, it helps keep your energy steady and your belly slimmer. A study published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition showed that adding even 1 teaspoon of cinnamon daily could lower fasting blood glucose and reduce abdominal fat over time. That's not magic, it's metabolic support. And the beauty of cinnamon isn't just what it does biologically, it's how it feels. That warm, familiar scent, that cozy taste. It brings comfort without calories, sweetness without guilt. And here's the real win. Cinnamon also balances your gut bacteria, helping to reduce bloating, gas, and the fermentation that sometimes happens with age, even if you're eating healthy foods. So what's the simple step? Add 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon of ground Ceylon cinnamon into your warm morning drink. Stir gently and sip slowly. You can also sprinkle a little on top of oatmeal or roasted apples for a sweet boost, without the blood sugar crash. Tip: look for Ceylon cinnamon on the label. It's gentler on the liver than the common cassia type, especially if you're using it daily. With cinnamon, you're not just managing sugar, you're soothing your gut, quieting your cravings, and warming your spirit, one sip at a time. But here's where it all comes together. Because something special happens when all 5 of these ingredients, warm water, lemon, apple cider vinegar, ginger, and cinnamon, come together in one simple morning ritual. Let's talk about how they work as a team, and why this could be the gentlest detox your body's been asking for. 6. Whole body benefits, not just a flat belly. It starts with your belly. That's where you first notice the change. A little less bloating, a little more ease after meals. Your waistband isn't digging in like it used to. But then, something else happens. You sleep better. Your joints feel a bit looser in the morning. You have more energy before noon. And maybe, just maybe, your mood feels lighter too. That's the quiet power of a body starting to rebalance itself. Because when you support digestion, you're not just helping your stomach, you're giving a lift to every other system in your body. Let me explain simply. When food moves through your gut smoothly, without bloating, gas, or sluggishness, your body absorbs more nutrients, reduces inflammation, and releases fewer stress hormones. That ripple effect touches your heart, your brain, your joints, and even your immune system. A 2018 study published in Frontiers in Immunology confirmed that gut health is directly linked to chronic inflammation, fatigue, and even mild cognitive issues in older adults. In short, better digestion equals clearer mind, steadier energy, and healthier aging. And when you bring together warm water, lemon, apple cider vinegar, ginger, and cinnamon, you're not just checking off random health boxes. You're creating a synergistic blend, one that reduces inflammation, stabilizes blood sugar, encourages detox, and even supports circulation and heart health. So what can you do to feel these full-body benefits? Stick with the morning drink daily for 10 days. Make it a ritual. Before breakfast, in a quiet moment, with intention. Sip slowly, breathe deeply, and notice how your body responds. Tip: if you miss a day, don't worry. Just pick it up again the next morning. This isn't a strict program, it's a gentle rhythm. And while the drink supports your body on the inside, there's something even more meaningful when we look beyond the science, something that connects us to where these ingredients come from and the generations before us who use them not just to heal, but to live well. Let's take a moment to rediscover that wisdom in the next part. Ancient wisdom. Our ancestors knew this. You ever wonder, how did people stay healthy long before pharmacies, supplements, or apps that track every bite? Think back to your grandparents. Maybe your grandmother boiled lemon and ginger when someone had an upset stomach. Maybe your father added a dash of vinegar to water after meals, said it helped things move. They didn't call it detox, they called it common sense. But that wisdom goes even deeper. Thousands of years ago, in ancient Greece, Hippocrates, the father of modern medicine, used apple cider vinegar to treat fatigue and digestive troubles. In traditional Chinese medicine, ginger and cinnamon were prized for their warming, balancing effects, used especially in older adults to restore fire to the belly. And in Ayurvedic practice from India, starting the day with warm water and lemon has long been seen as a way to cleanse, awaken, and prepare the body for nourishment. These weren't trends, they were traditions, rooted in careful observation, passed from one generation to the next. And now, science is finally catching up. We know now that these ingredients reduce inflammation, support gut bacteria, and improve circulation. But our ancestors already knew how they felt. More energy, less stiffness, clearer thinking, a sense of lightness that didn't come from diets or restrictions, but from rhythm and respect for the body. So what's the takeaway for us today? When you sip your morning drink, remember, you're not just feeding your body, you're honoring a legacy, a way of living that trusted nature, listened to the body, and believed that healing doesn't have to be complicated. You're part of that lineage now, and by reclaiming these simple rituals, you pass them forward to your children, your grandchildren, your community. But before you fully embrace this habit, there's one practical piece we can't skip. How do you make the drink safely and effectively without overdoing it or causing discomfort? Let's walk through the recipe and the key do's and don'ts. Coming up next. 8. How to mix it right, and common sense cautions. Let's be honest. We've all had moments where we tried something healthy and it backfired. Maybe you added too much lemon to your water and felt it sting your throat. Or you heard apple cider vinegar was great for weight loss. So you took a shot of it straight, and your stomach burned for hours. Intentions? Good. Execution? Maybe not so gentle. When it comes to this morning drink, more isn't better. Balanced is better. These ingredients are powerful, especially when your digestive system is a little more sensitive than it used to be. So let's walk through how to do it right, with care and common sense. Here's the simple, gentle recipe. 1 to 2 cups of warm water, not boiling, just enough to feel soothing. 2 to 3 tablespoons of fresh lemon juice, or about half a lemon. 1 tablespoon of raw, unfiltered apple cider vinegar, the kind with the mother for probiotic benefits. 3 to 5 thin slices of fresh ginger, or 1/2 teaspoon grated if you prefer stronger flavor. 1/4 teaspoon of ground Ceylon cinnamon for its blood sugar and anti-inflammatory benefits. Stir well. Sip slowly, ideally first thing in the morning on an empty stomach. You can also split it into 2 servings, half in the morning, half in the afternoon. That gives your body a second gentle boost later in the day. A few gentle reminders. Always dilute apple cider vinegar. Never take it straight. It can erode tooth enamel and irritate the throat. If lemon juice is too acidic for your mouth, drink through a straw and rinse with water afterward. Use Ceylon cinnamon, not cassia. If you drink this regularly, cassia can build up in the liver over time. And always listen to your body. If something doesn't sit right, adjust it. This is about supporting, not forcing. This isn't a 30-day cleanse. It's not a punishment or a fix. It's a small, daily act of respect for your body, your history, and your health. But now that you know how to make the drink, you might be wondering, how quickly will you feel a difference? And what signs should you look for to know it's working? Well, the answer might surprise you. because the benefits go far beyond the belly. Let's explore what can happen in just 10 days. Next. 9. Just 10 days. The changes you'll notice. It's only been a few days. You didn't change your entire diet. You didn't start a strict workout plan. But something feels different. You bend down to tie your shoes and it's a little easier. You finish breakfast and don't feel that heavy balloon in your belly. You sleep more soundly, wake up less stiff. And maybe, for the first time in a while, you look in the mirror and think, I feel a little more like myself again. That's what can happen when your body begins to unwind from the inside. Because it doesn't take much to start feeling better. Sometimes, just a few gentle shifts that your body has been waiting for. Here's what many people notice within the first 10 days of using this morning drink. Less bloating and gas, thanks to smoother digestion. More regular bowel movements without needing laxatives. Reduced cravings, especially for sugar and late-night snacks. Lighter belly, both in feeling and appearance. Clearer energy. No more foggy mornings or post-meal crashes. And for some, even a few pounds gone, especially around the waist. These changes aren't just about looks. They're signs your body is finding its rhythm again, that your liver, gut, and hormones are starting to work with you, not against you. A 2021 study in the Journal of Integrative Medicine followed adults over 55 who adopted a similar morning habit. Within 2 weeks, most participants reported improved digestion, fewer cravings, and a more stable mood. The science is catching up to what our bodies have been trying to tell us all along. Sometimes, simple is enough. So what should you do? Try it for 10 days. Track how you feel, energy, digestion, sleep, even mood. You might want to keep a small journal or just jot a few notes in your phone. And after 10 days, take a 3-day break, then restart if it feels right. Some people make it a permanent part of their routine. Others use it seasonally. It's your rhythm, your choice. But perhaps the most powerful benefit of all isn't just physical. It's emotional. Because when you take this small time each morning, just for yourself, to slow down, nourish your body, and check in with how you feel, you're doing more than drinking a healthy tonic. You're creating a new kind of relationship with yourself. And that relationship becomes even deeper when you realize this habit is part of something greater, a legacy of care, wisdom, and healing that spans generations. Let's wrap it all together in our final part. 10. The greatest gift, not just a flat belly, but connection. One morning, why? You're making your warm drink, lemon, vinegar, ginger, cinnamon. The steam rises as you stir slowly, feeling the warmth against your palms. Then, something unexpected happens. Your daughter walks in. Mom, what is that smell? Smells kind of amazing. You smile and say, oh, just something simple I've been doing for myself lately. And before you know it, she's sipping too. Curious, maybe even inspired, because this isn't just about bloating. It's not just about belly fat or blood sugar or digestion. It's about something far deeper. The quiet decision you make each day to take care of yourself, to show up for your body with kindness, not pressure. That simple morning ritual, it becomes a moment of self-respect. And sometimes it becomes a bridge to your partner, your kids, your grandkids, your community. They notice, they ask, they learn. You're not preaching. You're simply living the example. And in a world full of quick fixes and noise, that gentle, consistent act speaks volumes. It says, I'm not giving up on my health. I believe healing can be simple. I still matter, body, mind, and spirit. So what's the next step? Keep going. Let this small habit be your anchor, one that grounds your mornings and reconnects you to your own wisdom. Share it if you feel called, or keep it just for you. But know this, by choosing a path of nourishment, not punishment, by returning to nature, tradition, and trust, you're not just taking care of your body, you're rewriting what aging can feel like. And if this video has meant something to you, if it made you think, reflect, or simply feel hopeful, I invite you to share it with someone you love. Because the real gift isn't the drink, it's the connection. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking care of yourself. And thank you for being part of this journey. We'll see you in the next video. Until then, stay well, body and soul.